Welcome back, tomb readers and new subscribers. On today's Headstone Hunt, we're at All Souls Cemetery in Kensal Green, in the Royal Borough of Kensington and Chelsea in northwest London. We're here to visit the grave of a mathematician, philosopher, inventor and mechanical engineer, Charles Babbage, the father of the computer. We will be looking at Charles Babbage, the family man, tracing his life through the archives and delving into census records, church and baptism records, as well as burial registers. If you enjoy this type of content, guys, like and subscribe. It's free. If you're watching on the TV, scan the QR code on screen. Subscribing helps the channel grow, but it also informs you guys when a new video drops. All Souls Cemetery was the first commercial cemetery and the first of the Magnificent Seven cemeteries to be opened around London. Owned by the General Cemeteries Company, who still own it today. Land was purchased in 1831 and a competition was launched also in 1831 for the design of the new cemetery at Kensal Green. The brief included 2 chapels with catacombs, an entrance gateway with lodges, and a landscape laid out for monuments. 48 designs were submitted, and the winner was Henry Edward Kendall, who is buried here at All Souls. His building designs were in a Gothic style. However, the chairman of the General Cemeteries Company preferred a neoclassical design. He persuaded John Griffith, surveyor of the company, to draw up a design in a Greek style which you see today. The landscaping was designed by Richard Forrest, head gardener at Syon Park. The grounds were excavated and planted by Hugh Ronalds, landscaped with a central east-west axis which was popular in the early 19th century, with formal avenues lined with graves, tombs and mausoleums. Plants were supplied by Kennedy of Hammersmith. This style was probably influenced by Père Lachaise Cemetery in Paris. It was consecrated on the 24th of January 1833 by Charles James Blomfield, Bishop of London, receiving its first funeral on the 31st of January 1833. Even though the cemetery is still owned by the General Cemeteries Company, Its care and maintenance is carried out by the Friends of Kensal Green. A charity, they hold tours and events to help fundraise for future projects. I'll put a link in the description, guys. Go check them out. Tomb Raiders, Charles Babbage. Our journey starts on the 26th of September at St George's, Hanover Square, Westminster, with the marriage of Benjamin Babbage, 39, a banker, to Elizabeth Plumley Teep, aged 34. Charles was born on the 26th of December 1791 in Newington, Surrey, now part of modern London. He was baptised on the 6th of January 1792 at St Mary's Church, Newington. Around 1808 his family moved into Roden's House, Tynemouth. In 1810 Charles attended Trinity College, Cambridge. In 1812 he transferred to Peterhouse, Cambridge. On the 25th of July, aged 22, Charles married Georgina Whitmore, also aged 22, at St Michael's Church in Tynemouth. In 1815 Charles and Georgina set up home at 5 Devonshire Street, Marylebone, Westminster. In late 1815 their first child was born. On the 1st of December, Benjamin Herschel was baptised at St Marylebone Church, Westminster. In 1817 they had a second son, Charles Whitmore, baptised on the 19th of February. Their daughter Georgina Whitmore was baptised on the 30th of October 1818. On the 10th of March 1820 they baptised their third son, Edward Stewart. In 1821 Francis Moore arrives and is baptised on the 6th of June. In November 1821 they lose their third son, Edward Stewart, aged only 1. He was laid to rest on the 28th of November at St Marylebone's churchyard, followed by the death of Francis Moore, who was also only 1 year old, and he was laid to rest on the 1st of June 1822. Dougald Bromhead was born, and he was baptised on the 11th of April 1823. Henry Provost was also baptised at St Marylebone on the 22nd of October 1824. In 1827 Charles went through the worst year of his life. Charles's father, Benjamin Babbage, passes away. On the 15th of May they mourn the loss of their newborn baby named Alexander Forbes. Aged 10 years old, Charles Whitmore, their second son, also passes away and is laid to rest on the 25th of June. While staying with her family at Broughton House, his wife, Georgina, dies on the 1st of September. Her funeral takes place at St John the Baptist, Bedwardine, Worcester. A memorial plaque to Georgina is on the wall inside St John's. In 1829, Charles moves into 1 Dorset Street, Marylebone, just off Baker Street. His daughter Georgina Whitmore passes away, aged 17, while staying with her mother's family at Broughton House. She was reunited and later left with her mother on the 30th September 1834. We next pick up Charles in the Census Records. Starting in 1841, on the 6th of June, Charles was at 1 Dorset Street, aged 45, living with Charles Jones, 25, and Charlotte Matthews, 60, probably a servant and a housekeeper. On the 30th of March 1851, at Dorset Street, Charles is head of the house, aged 59. His occupation, landed professional. His birthplace stated as Newington, Surrey, living with Charles Jones, now 32, who is listed as a servant. On the 7th of April 1861, Charles is still at Dorset Street, aged 69. He is living with George and Elizabeth Coles, servant and housekeeper. In 1871 census taken on the 2nd of April, Charles's son Henry, now aged 46, is living with him on Dorset Street. Henry is a lieutenant colonel in the Bengal Army, a branch of the East India Company. George Collis is a butler and his wife Elizabeth is still a housekeeper. Whilst living at Dorset Street, Charles worked on many different projects, inventing the difference engine and mechanical calculator, the world's first computer, followed by the analytical engine. Both were on display at the Science Museum in South Kensington. On the 18th of April 1871, aged 81, Charles passes away. He was laid to rest here at All Souls Cemetery on the 24th of October 1871. Tomb Readers, Charles Babbage. What a life! It shows that death didn't discriminate between the rich and the poor of 19th century London. I hope you've enjoyed the journey of Charles Babbage's life with me. Please hit the like button and subscribe for future Headstone Hunts, guys. Thanks for watching. I'll see you again soon.